Good morning and welcome to Gull Lake United Methodist Church's daily devotion. And today is the devotion for Monday, November 21st. The title of our devotion is God's Faithfulness, and the author is Timothy Hale, who is writing to us from Virginia. The format that we use is to start out with a passage in the Bible, and today that passage is from the book of Psalm. It's number 19, verses 1 through 9, and I am reading from the New International Version. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day, they pour forth speech. Night after night, they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens, and it makes a circuit to the other. Nothing is hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are sure and altogether righteous. And then we move to a single Bible verse, which then is related to the devotion that Timothy is sharing. And that one comes from this reading. It is the very first verse, Psalm 19, verse 1. And this is from the CEB version. Heaven is declaring God's glory. The sky is proclaiming his handiwork. I love that version. Heaven is declaring God's glory. The sky is proclaiming his handiwork. And so keep that vision, keep that passage in your heart, and let's read the devotion that Timothy has to share with us. There's nothing quite like a sunrise. The beautiful rays of light bursting over the trees seem to call out, "Wake up! It's time to start your day." Recently, beautiful snow blanketed the ground. It was amazing how quickly the sun melted it away, revealing the earth underneath and inviting deer to graze in my yard once again. Those warm rays of sunlight reminded me of God's faithfulness. Just as we know the sun will rise each day, we also know that God's grace will meet us wherever we are to melt away our despair and give us hope. In the hurriedness of life, we can sometimes forget to stop and enjoy the majesty of creation. The way the world works is amazing. The words of the psalmist remind us that the purpose of creation is to give praise to our Creator. When we take a few moments to slow down and notice the beauty of the creation around us, we can remember that God is always with us. And most of all, let's join with creation in praising God for the mercies that are new each day and for God's faithful love. Timothy really wrote a nice devotion. It is wonderful. And it starts with that Bible verse. Heaven is declaring God's glory. The sky is proclaiming his handiwork. And then he goes on to talk about a sunrise. And that made me think of, and then he talks about snow, and he's from Virginia. So I guess he's talking about a snowfall that happened in Virginia, and how appropriate that is coming after a few days. This devotion comes after a few days that we have about 20 inches of snow. And it just is a good reminder that it's terrible out for driving, but there is beauty in that. And I know the other day I got up early, helped to shovel, and then it cleared just enough to get a little peek of a sunrise. And it was beautiful. So I can relate what we've dealt with this past weekend, and with Timothy's devotion here. And when he says that beautiful rays of the sun rise, it calls, wake up and time to start a new day. I like that, how he described that. I hope that comes into your heart and brings you joy as well. And then he goes, just the way he goes on, that those warm rays of sunlight remind him of God's faithfulness, because he knows, we know the sun will rise every day. And it's the same, that we know, we have faith that God's grace will meet us wherever we are, to melt away our despair and give us hope. That is just such a great sentence there, and something that I hope you can take into your heart and carry with you into this week, especially as we are right in the week of Thanksgiving. So there is so much that's starting to go on, and preparation, and people starting their Christmas shopping and decorating, and it is just the start of the Thanksgiving season. And he even goes on to talk about that, the hurriedness of life. Doesn't that describe it perfectly? We sometimes forget to stop and enjoy the majesty of creation. And so I just give that to you today, to take away that. Stop in all the hurriedness, as Tim says, and think about God's creation and how majestic that is. So each day we're given a thought for the day, and Timothy's thought for today is, creation sings praises to God. How will I sing along? Another great reminder from Timothy. Creation sings praises to God. We can thank him for the beauty of the earth. And how can we sing along and sing those praises as well and be thankful, and knowing that God is with us always. That's a lot of good stuff for a Monday. I hope it just makes you smile and it warms your heart. And with that, we'll close out with a prayer, and we always do that with a prayer focus. And it's another good one from Timothy: gratitude for each new day. So please pray with me. Oh God, creation sings praises to you. May we live in your eternal light and bring glory to your name. Amen. And just to remind you of the title of Timothy's devotion, God's faithfulness. It is all around us. Take time in your busy week, in the start of this busy holiday season, to be noticed and notice God's beauty around you and all that God blesses you with. Have a great Monday, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. There's a holiday in there, and I appreciate you taking the time to join me today, and I hope to see you back here next Monday. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.